DTLR Radio.
Ready. Royalty. Comedian Larry Lancaster.
What's up, beautiful people? DTLR Radio. How y'all doing? This is comedian extraordinaire Larry Lancaster.
Well, I thought I did a good introduction. But
No, it's good, baby.
He did his own intro.
I did my own, you know.
He's of course, comedian.
Yeah.
Actor.
Yes.
Yep.
Don't say
Model.
model. That's
No, you
that's
a
something
model.
your
Now with that hair.
that's something my manager put on. Now I just wash my hair. I wash
okay.
the oils out. You know how you wash your hair and then it just look crazy, like I look like a microphone. But I had to wash it. Your hair don't really look good till it's dirty, and then by that time you gotta wash it.
Right.
True.
When it's natural.
Yeah.
True.
See, Rob
Natural.
just stopped wearing perms, so he's still going through the process.
DTLR Nation, they've been doing
Hey,
this
yeah.
for a little while
That's
now.
silk in his beard.
They cutting on each other. They roasting on each other, as you can
Hey,
see.
what's up with that bracelet, though?
Hey, baby, this how I get down.
Hey, you need to take that back to your niece.
This S&M, son. This S&M, Rob.
Shaking my head. That's
With
what
that look,
That was a good one.
but he don't do that to me.
Oh, okay.
Whose side you on?
I'm on your
I
side.
think I know you
Man.
before him.
You did know me before.
I'm looking at this old player necklace. You know when you got nappy chest hairs and your necklace get caught in your chest hairs and you gotta shave your chest hairs and get your necklace off? That's one of them joints.
But
You know
let's
what,
talk
you guys-
about your V-neck.
That
Hey,
joint,
hey,
yeah. No, you got a
behave,
V-neck
fellas.
necklace on. That's the funny part. The necklace is a
You got
V-neck.
on a V-neck
Hey,
necklace.
we ain't gonna get to this interview because we already
Right.
do this
Hey,
all
what's
the
the
time.
charm? He got Cupid
This
on
is
his...
not a roast session. We are
Hey,
gonna
don't
do
hear a
this
muscular
offline.
black dude with Cupid on his chain, y'all.
No,
That's
you
not
really
gangster.
pay attention to it. It really.
I think it's Achilles or something. It's like from...
It's an angel, man.
Yeah. See, now
Same
see,
angel
that-
you
he
need
tried-
to bring
he
back
tried
your
to flip it,
hairline.
like, this from my grandmother. And when I'm out in these streets.
You know, it's funny that you just did that voice, right? Because I just found out, and Rob, you from you from the DC area, so
right.
for DTLR Nation that's in Baltimore, 92Q had a morning show, Big Fat Morning Show, Mark Clark, and I just found out a couple weeks ago that you were the voice of Gerard on that radio show. I had no idea.
It was a great time. They actually had the highest numbers in their market and still got fired.
Oops.
That's the art of syndication. And they were replaced by Ricky Smiley and the rest is history. But yeah, I was about to be on some Huggy Lowdown. Like that character was really
I had no
picking up and people was
clue.
responding to him. But before we really got into anything heavy, they got fired.
Very heavy.
And see, that's the thing that people don't realize about comedians. The work that we do, it's more than just the 20, 30, however many minutes you see us on stage. Like, we have a lot of bags and hustles that we do offline. And one of the reasons that I wanted you to come in, of course, because you've given me amazing and excellent advice and have contributed to my career. But also, DTLR, of course, is a fashion hub. We got shoes, we got apparel, and you always have fresh feet.
Unless Rob around, because that's what I'm a bam on court to Rob.
Hey, well, you need to get some of these Huff socks. Because them socks you got on is trash.
No, I got nice socks. I got the 6 in the pack joints on,
Yeah,
bro.
you need to take
I'm
that
old
pack
school,
back.
baby.
Well, we do have socks 4 for $20. We got Huff socks, Odd socks, and Happy socks. You got to go and cop up on
You
the
gotta go
4
with
for
some socks.
20.
I'm old
You need some
school.
socks. You need some
I'm
socks.
old school. I wear regular white socks.
Them is thick
I
drop
don't
socks.
need artist
is winter
Gilmore
socks.
on my socks.
You got on winter
hilarious.
socks in the it's
No,
hot
I
outside.
don't. No,
yeah,
I
you
don't.
do.
Let me see your socks, Rob.
I got
Yeah,
the low
let's see
cut
your
joints on. The low cut joints.
Oh, he got the ones that look. It would look like your feet stink because it don't look like you got socks on.
And with the little ball on
Nah,
it.
he got the
I ain't got the
ball
ball
on
on the back. I ain't
He
no
got
balls
the
on
no
these back.
shows.
Yeah, nah.
Damn, he went Tyson on him.
Look at this. See, this is what happens. This is what
He
happens
went
when
Mike Tyson the early career on when he came out with no
When
socks.
he had no drawers
When he
under
was- right,
the
he was
shorts.
just like, yo, this ain't
When
gonna
you
be
put
long,
more
yo.
than one
Dang.
comedian in the room, and when you give more than one comedian a microphone, organic comedy happens,
Yeah,
of
this
course.
is-
And the show isn't that long, and as much fun as we're having, what I want to do is I want to take
That's
a break,
Ty's
get into
cool
some
way of
music.
reeling
You
us
know what
in.
I mean? Yeah, reel it in because I'm the host.
Right.
Learn
Yeah,
that from
nigga,
you.
this is my shit.
This is
You know
my
what I mean?
show. Tighten up. Y'all
Reel it
tighten
in.
up.
So we're gonna get into some music, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna chop it up with you some more.
Yes,
How's
man.
that?
We'd love to do that.
All right, so DTLR Nation, as you can see, we have comedic royalty, Larry Lancaster in the building. It's Rob Gordon, Todd Davis, the Morning After Show on DTLR Radio, your fashion,
Your lifestyle.
I'm telling you, man, comedians are the greatest people in the entire world. You really got to get you a friend that's a comedian.
Better.
And, just to get into your body of work, of course, we do not have enough time to go down how great you are.
No.
That's
like,
a nice way of saying I'm old.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah.
That's not what I was
You
saying.
saying no? Yeah, I'm saying yeah.
That's not what I'm saying.
He been everywhere.
Because-
Open up for Bob Hope.
Because
Because
you've accomplished
Not
so
Bob
much.
Hope.
Well, let's get into your
Him and Michael
resume
Jackson
then.
was best
You've worked with Paul
Childhood.
Mooney, the great
Oh
Paul
my
Mooney.
God, yes.
Dick Gregory. may
Dick
he
Gregory
rest in
worked with him
peace.
3 times.
And
Okay.
some of my personal favorites, you've worked with Kevin Hart and some more.
Yes.
Wow.
And I hope to one day work for them, work with them too.
Yeah.
And Raheem Devon,
Yeah.
Music Soul Child. So you've
Wow.
worked with
Wow.
comedians, actors, singers. Like, what were those experiences like for you?
Well, they're great experiences because you watch people on TV and you see what they do and you have a respect for what they do, and then to share the stage with them, it's amazing. But a lot of times the interaction is not as great as you think it will be because as artists we all in our zones.
Right.
So you kind of know like, okay, just say hi, say hey, it's a pleasure to work with you and keep it moving.
Right.
And I'll, if they open up the dialogue a little more, then I can open up the dialogue.
Right.
One of the craziest people I worked with that was the coolest was Eddie Griffin.
Okay.
Okay.
Eddie Griffin, is a comedian's comedian.
Yeah. So
He's such a cool
He
guy.
got
Like,
high
you can
energy.
hang out with him. He tell you stories and talk with you. Also, when I worked with my man, Tommy Davidson.
Okay.
It's 2 Tommy Davidsons.
Living Color.
Which Tommy Davidson, on the stuff, and then it's Tommy Davidson.
I was about to say,
Yeah.
which Tommy did you meet?
Yeah, I met
Both Tommys.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
met Tommy
On the
and
line?
he was on and
off the line.
The show was better in the green room.
Okay.
He's one of the most talented guys I ever worked with.
the green room?
Yeah, he was. No, I mean, period.
okay.
But
Nah, he can
in the
sing,
green-
dance,
oh,
all that.
It's like
Yeah,
he's
nice.
really talented. Like, you get a show.
What about what? I guess what would you say your most negative experience or encounter was with an artist?
And who was it?
You know what? It would be Tracy Morgan.
Really?
I didn't even want to meet this dude.
Wow.
Why?
First of all, I won a contest to open up for him.
Okay.
One of the, they do a contest just to generate publicity or
Right,
whatever.
exactly.
So I won the contest, won $1,000.
Hey,
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
get the bag.
So that's really what I went down there for.
Okay.
So he had just done the movie, what was it, 4 Weddings and a Funeral or something like that.
Probably.
I
Yeah, I don't
I
know
think that's
any
the
of his
Rock, but it
movies.
was Martin, Chris Rock, he did that right.
The joint. Okay.
With
yeah.
all those heavy
Right.
hitters in it.
Right.
Right.
He didn't even want us to do stand-up. Right. So what happened was the promoter booked me to be on the show,
Okay.
but then a lot of time once the artists find out, then they like, no, we have our own people because they don't want
Right.
the guy from the town upstaging them.
Of course.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, you're a star. You on 30 Rock. Tina Fey is your fairy godmother.
Let me be
Right.
great.
Let me
Why
be-
you
yeah,
worrying
let me
about
get my
me?
little time in.
Nobody's coming to see me. I'm just trying to get my little burn in and,
Right.
show off my suit jacket.
Add it to my credits.
Right.
Show off your little V-neck.
Right, show off my V-neck.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all not gonna do that.
But
I had to slap
so he heard us doing he heard us doing stand up.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, they doing stand up. And then
He said it like that.
Yeah.
It in his voice.
They doing stand up. So we had to act like we was out there with the radio station and just slide our jokes in
Wow.
before we brought him up.
Wow.
What?
And his energy was so negative.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, you on top of the world. But it goes to show, like, even with all the accolades and accomplishments, if you're not happy with who you are, it doesn't matter. I'm hoping he's at a better place now, but I know he had just lost the weight.
Yeah.
He got the kidney, and then he, kicked his girl to the curb.
Right.
How somebody give you a kidney and then,
Listen, I'd have got my kidney
Hey.
back. I'd have got my
You
kidney
can't
back.
take-
yo, you can't break up with a
you
girl
can't-
and she loan you $50.
I guarantee you,
No, you
I'd
can't.
have got my kidney back.
You can't kidney
He got
back.
the kidney and
I'd
then
have
was
got
like deuces.
My kidney.
You'd have cut him open and got the kidney back?
I'd have
Yeah.
got it
I
back.
think George Lopez did the same thing
I'd have
Got a
got my
kidney from his
back.
wife and then dip.
and dip. Yo, that's a hard to sit. But really, if you think about it, how bad are you getting on the man's nerves where he
He
like,
takes
you know
your
what?
kidney and I'm out.
I tried to stay because you gave me a body part, but I can't even do it.
Yeah.
I bet I get my kidney back.
Yeah, that's OC. I'm not, yeah.
I'm gonna get my kidney back.
Yeah, I would ruin
I
the
can't
kidney.
even
I would
say
feed
that. I'm
you
gonna be
salt
saying that for
water.
the rest of
Nah,
the
I'll
day.
be
I'm gonna get my
drinking.
kidney back.
Yeah,
I'll be drunk all
I
the
drain
time.
that joint.
Listen,
Yeah, you can have it back.
Yeah, you
want
can
it?
have it back.
I'll be Hennessy down. Like, come get this kidney.
listen. I mean, with the culture of comedy and the way things are turning, I gotta ask you how you feel about the new comedy and
Uh-oh.
by that-
Here it
come.
I saw a
Here it
slide.
come.
Because I got time today.
Right.
So I want to know how you feel about the new comedy. And by the new comedy, I mean the internet comedy, the social media comedy. You know what I mean? Because people automatically assume just because you're a funny person, you're a comedian.
Right.
And so there's people that are blowing up all over social media, and they do great 60-second sketches, but when you get them on the stage to do the stand-up, to do the thing that we do, it doesn't look like that. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh.
Well, first of all, before I go into the explanation, let me say that is no hate. I mean, it's all different.
Come on, man.
No, I'm gonna get into it, Rob.
All right.
So one thing about this is I learned this from Sam Kinison. He said comedy is a rainbow, and you're lucky if you have a shade.
Okay.
So for somebody to try to come in and act like they encompass all there is to be funny, or even know how to tell other people how to be funny, that's not really for me.
Right.
However, just because you can be funny for 60 seconds or even 7 minutes, as a lot of people found out after Def Jam, it doesn't make you a comedian.
Right.
You have to do the work.
Research.
First of all, to be an internet comic goes completely against how you're trained as a comic in a club.
That's true. So true.
You don't have to have a finished product, a finished joke, a start, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
All you have to do is basically have a lot of random ideas and thoughts and premises. And you only have to be funny for a few seconds at a time, because if you go any longer than that, the people tune out.
Yeah.
But when you're in a club, only being in a club and being in front of a live audience trains you for comedy. What do you do when the mic goes out? What do you do if a couple starts fighting right in front of you?
Yep.
What do you do if the waiter drops all the food off the tray during your set?
Address it.
What do you do, when I had people have an insulin shot in front of me. Just as they brought me up, I had to step over a lady and go on stage. I had 2 comics get in a fist fight just as they brought me up.
We're gonna find out about that.
You know this, when you got
I had somebody doing heroin line.
Right.
Like what?
And OD right in front of me. When you're dealing with human beings, it's unpredictability, and only experiences
true, but where you
teach you how to deal with that. And so to my internet comics, I say, get your money, keep your following up, but having followers don't make you a comic.
What
David
club
Koresh had
is,
followers.
hold on, but what club is that?
Listen, we're going to find out offline what club this
Right.
is. We're going to get into music, and then we're going to wrap up and come back, because there's so many more things that I want to talk about what you have coming up. So listen, stay tuned. We're going to come back in about 5 minutes or so, and we're going to finish up chopping it up with comedian Larry Lancaster on the Morning After Show on DTLR Radio, your fashion.
Your lifestyle.
Yeah. DTLR Radio, your fashion, your lifestyle. The Morning After Show with your girl, comedian Ty Davis. My guest co-host this week, it's Rob Gordon.
Hey, baby.
And we have the incomparable comedian Larry Lancaster in the Puma Studios with us today.
Let's do it.
Thank you, baby.
So before we wrap up and stuff, there's of course the opportunity to go ahead and plug all the social media and let everybody know where they can find you. But you are going to be one of the instructors for those who want to dabble into comedy, who are already comedians, because I plan on attending the classes if I can actually not miss 2 of them. I'm working on some dates because I'm booked now. Hey,
good stuff.
I get it.
But you're doing the Pass the Mic comedy classes. You are an instructor for starting October the 4th with Michelle, the indie mom of comedy.
Yes.
And the tuition is $200, I believe it was, but then you got to pay taxes or something. The information is actually on my Instagram page at comedian Ty Davis. Where can DTLR Nation find you?
A comedian Larry Lancaster on all my social media. And you look for a picture of me, because I was surprised to see it's like 20 other white guys with the same name.
Really?
Yeah, so you got the little dry bush.
Yeah,
The black
dude.
bush.
The
black dude with the
I
ash.
host a 4th Thursday of the month at the Place Lounge, which is 315 West Franklin Street. That's going to be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. This Friday, actually, I'm going to be at Next Phase with my man Mark Evans, who's a tremendous vocalist. I'm going to be doing a lot of shows where we combine music and comedy.
Right.
That's kind of missing. So I'm going to be doing that Friday night at Next Phase at 7. And then 8 o'clock, I'm going to be at the Chesapeake Theater, and I'm going to be hosting with Huggy Lowdown and Chris Paul.
Oh, Hammond's Lane, right?
Yes.
That's not far from my
house. And that's
house.
going to be from 7 to 10. That's a great show.
That's big. Yeah, that's good.
I'm
And
actually wanting to make that. I'm trying to make that.
And the Pass the Mic comedy classes will be at the Motor House Theater, which is in the Art District of North Avenue.
Right.
And any information that they want, they can contact Sean, and all the information is on the flyer, which
Right.
will be posted throughout my social media.
Right, and I have the Pass the Mic classes posted on mine as well.
Text me that.
So
I'll
if
put it up
you,
for
and I'll make sure I send it to you. So any, up and coming comedians, if you want to just, come and you're thinking about doing it, stand-up comedy is an art, but you also need training. You also need to research. You need to learn how to write. So this is a place for you. So if you want to be better, this is where you go. And while I am doing great things and in a short period of time, it's because I've had people like you to stay on the phone with me, and nights that I've cried and nights that I want to quit. And I have to say this because the moment happened in May. And I was like, my career is over. This is it for me. And, I'm done. And you fussed at me, but you did it in a nurturing way. You said, if you quit comedy, you are not who I thought you were.
Wow.
And I was just like, wow. You was like, you're fine. You was like, worse things have been done, and you are going to go on to do great things. So I thank you so much for talking me off the ledge.
Thank you, babe.
And anybody who knows or has ever seen you perform, you are an amazing host. You're an amazing
Beast.
talent.
Beast.
And it's just like,
I'm getting choked up.
Like, I am not confident enough. Like, if someone says, yeah, you're going to be the headliner. Oh, okay, who's featuring for me? Larry Lancaster. Oh, no, he's not.
You getting to that point where I'm like, no, I'm not.
You're going to have to switch that
I'm
around.
not
I'll
following
feature for
Ty
him.
in the Cougar Coalition.
Right.
We out here in these streets.
Right.
But I can honestly say you guys are two of my favorites, man. So it's an honor to come in here and work with you guys. And y'all know I don't do no ass kissing, but y'all really are two of my favorite comics. And two of my favorite people, because that's important too.
That's important.
See, we are
Thank
friends and we are family. And listen, I appreciate you for coming into the Morning After Show, my very first radio show.
Named
Comedic
after
royalty.
a contraception. But okay.
Yes, it
That's
is.
what's up.
Because if that doesn't work,
Yeah.
there's always a plan B.
Plan B.
So listen, DTLR Nation, comedian Larry Lancaster in the building. Make sure you follow him on all social media at comedian Larry Lancaster.
Oh.
Come to the classes, Pass the Mic, Motor House. You'll see all that information on his social media and mine. Stay tuned to the Morning After Show. We got about 40 minutes of music left. Call in 410-487-8910 if you got some things you want to say. We appreciate you for coming in on DTLR Radio. Your fashion.
Your lifestyle.
Yeah.